Forget everything you think you know about stretching a dollar overseas. Most of these budget travel lists hand you the same recycled destinations, slap a price tag on a bowl of noodles, and call it a day. But today we are doing something different. Instead of just telling you where your money goes far, we are breaking down the hidden logic behind why certain countries offer such extraordinary value in 2026. And more importantly, which type of traveler each destination actually suits. Because $1,000 means something completely different depending on how you live. So, let us get into it. Let us start with a truth that most travel channels skip over. Purchasing power is not just about cheap rent. It is about the relationship between your lifestyle expectations and what the local economy was actually built to support. That is the real secret. And it changes everything about how you should think about these destinations. Take Albania first, because it deserves the #1 spot without question. Sarandi sits on the Ionian coast and delivers a Mediterranean lifestyle at prices that frankly seem like a glitch in the Matrix. We are talking a modern apartment with sea views for somewhere between $350 and $450 monthly. An espresso costs about $1. A full seafood dinner runs around $12. Americans can stay up to a year without touching a visa application. The beaches at Xamil are genuinely some of the most beautiful in all of Europe. This is not a compromise destination. This is what people mean when they talk about quality of life. Now, Georgia is fascinating for a completely different reason. Tbilisi has quietly built one of the most interesting cultural scenes in the entire post-Soviet world. Ancient churches sit next to neon-lit techno clubs. The food is rich and filling and costs almost nothing. Over 90 nationalities can enter and stay for a full year without any visa paperwork at all. A renovated apartment in the charming Old Town or the trendy Vera district runs between $450 and $550. A Metro card for the whole month costs under $15. If you are chasing atmosphere and authenticity alongside affordability, Georgia is your answer. Bulgaria makes the list because it is something genuinely rare. An actual European Union country where $1,000 creates a comfortable life. Bansko started as a ski town and transformed into a legitimate year-round remote work destination. Rent for an apartment with mountain views can be as low as $300. The tax rate is a flat 10%, which matters enormously if you are running a freelance business. Summer brings hiking trails. Winter brings skiing that rivals much pricier alpine resorts. A proper sit-down dinner with local wine costs around $12. This one is for the people who need to stay connected to Europe for professional or lifestyle reasons, but cannot stomach European prices. Egypt tends to surprise people. Cairo is massive and chaotic, and yes, extremely affordable. But the real discovery is Dahab on the Red Sea. This small Bohemian town attracts divers and windsurfers, and people who want their rent to sit between $300 and $400 while they spend their afternoons in some of the clearest water on Earth. A scuba certification here costs a fraction of what you would pay anywhere else. Fresh grilled fish on the waterfront runs about $8. Internet connectivity has improved enough to make remote work genuinely viable. Your biggest splurge on a $1,000 budget would be a weekend trip to see the pyramids. Colombia is worth examining carefully, because Medellin has become oversaturated. The smarter move in 2026 is heading to the coffee region, specifically Pereira. The climate is similar, the scenery is stunning, and prices run about 30% lower. A quality apartment in a secure community goes for around $400. A set lunch at a local restaurant, what locals call a corriente, costs $4. The surrounding mountains and thermal springs create a quality of life that feels disproportionate to the price. Health insurance is cheap enough that you can factor it in comfortably alongside gym memberships and regular restaurant meals and still stay well under budget. Argentina is the wild card and always has been. The economic situation there is complex and constantly shifting, but the parallel exchange rate has continued to give foreign visitors remarkable purchasing power in Buenos Aires. Neighborhoods like Palermo and Recoleta have the bone structure of a European capital. High ceilings, gorgeous architecture, world-class theater, and tango culture. A grass-fed steak dinner for under $20, public transit that costs almost nothing. Rent for a beautiful apartment around $450. If electronics are not your priority, and you can embrace some economic unpredictability, Buenos Aires delivers a sophisticated urban lifestyle at an almost unreasonable discount. Indonesia beyond Bali tells a completely different story. Yogyakarta is the cultural soul of the country, and the place where $1,000 genuinely creates a royal experience. Rent sits between $300 and $400 for either a traditional villa or a modern apartment. Meals at local warungs cost under $2. Weekly cleaning services run less than $40 for the entire month. You have direct access to Borobudur, volcanic landscapes, and hidden South Coast beaches. And you are doing all of this for somewhere around $700 total, leaving $300 for exploration. Vietnam, specifically Da Nang, has overtaken Bali in the value conversation for 2026. A Seaview apartment near my K Beach costs between $350 and $450. Mobile data plans with Sirius 5G coverage cost around $6 monthly. A fresh seafood dinner runs $7. A bowl of pho costs about $1.50. Motorbike rental for the month is $50. The infrastructure upgrade has been significant and real, making remote work smooth and the social scene genuinely vibrant. Thailand and Chiang Mai specifically still deliver. A modern studio in the Nimmenhamen area runs about $350. Utilities, including heavy air conditioning, stay under $60. Grab rides average $2 across town. Artisan coffee costs $2. Daily massages are $10 per hour. You will have a surplus of around $250 after covering everything essential, which is enough for regular flights to the Southern Islands or a premium Muay Thai gym membership. Malaysia rounds out the list as the destination that best combines Western infrastructure with Southeast Asian pricing. The DE Rantau visa has made long-term stays genuinely seamless. A high-rise apartment with a rooftop pool in Kuala Lumpur costs between $450 and $600. World-class street food stays under $3 per meal. A transit pass is $30. Fiber internet is $20. You still have nearly $300 left for weekend escapes to the Cameron Highlands or Langkawi. Here is the real takeaway from all of this. In 2026, geography is a financial decision just as much as investing or budgeting is. $1,000 is not a ceiling in these places. It is a launching pad. The question is not whether you can afford to live abroad. The question is which of these lifestyles actually matches who you are? Drop your answer in the comments right now.